thank you. Yeah. I like that last one, even though it wasn't perfect round, I like that one better than the first one, the first couple. Where that one, he stayed rounder, even with a little teeny trot step into it. Then with the other ones, if he pops up and hollows out, and like I said, kind of slips into it, or throws himself into it, versus just lifts himself into it. Keep taking a moment too now and then on that left leg, just right away back to canter. Because he's on that side, he wants to go so much bending around your right leg, kind of a little too crooked. And they'll always convince us when they're like that to bend more to the inside to try to get the haunches to swing back out again. But that's not incorrect in and of itself. I think the first step when he gets himself too bent around your inside leg is just straighten his spine out. So even if he ends up a little bit with the haunches in, you just take the outside rein and you go, I'm going to ride your body to be straighter onto that outside rein so your spine is straight. So that then once I have your spine straight, even if you're then still traveling a little crooked, once you're straight on my outside rein, then I might move your shoulder back over to the left, to the right.
Tricky.
Left heel staying down. Good in your body, yeah. So I always think a little more marked to the walk, watch the walk. I always think with those canter walks, it's like, in a way, you can't be in your body too ready for it. You can only be not ready enough, you know? So it's at that point, I mean, it sounds really stupid to say that, but it's going, if you're back and ready for it, whether it's good or bad, it's self-corrective. Whereas if you're a little tipped forward and it's good or bad, if it's good, it can still be good. But if it goes bad, it's not self-corrective anymore, so that the mistake doesn't take care of repairing itself. Sit back. Bending left. Be kind of think with it when you go into that, in the canter, whatever it is. Now he starts to get a little bit lurching, he's kind of plunging in front. Lean back. Think you are kind of dropping an anchored weight off the back of him through his tail over the top of his croup that's attached to your shoulders that he's dragging along behind him as he canters. So that the leverage of your upper body is making it hard for him to pull down or to lunge off the hind leg forward, right?
I didn't know where you were going. You didn't call it out. She was like, fishtail. Just did a silly How am I supposed to know? You didn't tell me.
Good. Yeah. Make him drag you along when he wants to get a little pulling in front like that. Just in terms of your balance, right? Good. Stay back on it like that. Because then he starts to, on his own, actually drive himself to be rounder, nicer looking there through the top line. Good. Stay back. Yeah, don't, you got it. Make them drag that anchor of your shoulders. Tipping back. Keep doing it also with that. You can throw in some 10-meter circles to just kind of, yeah, and I'd make them pretty small, you know, like 10 or smaller, where you're kind of going, I'm going to use that, yeah, to kind of back you off, and you can turn sharp. You don't have to be polite about him in the moments that he gets a little too chargy. Where you just keep going again, self-corrective. I'm going to just put you in a place that makes it hard for you to have the resistance to get away. Stay back, sit on his butt, right? You sit on your butt, keep him on his butt. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Stay back. Good. Super down transition. again, you keep thinking like that thought at the beginning of the ride as far as going, well, that ability to be able to take that rein an inch shorter. And you want that feeling, and it might be like literally like a tenth of an inch at a time. But you just keep going as the ride goes on. I want to be able to have that much of a difference from the beginning. Sit, 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 sit. Keep your contact, keep the contact, don't give them away in front. You make that a little bit of those moments when he's like they kind of, like I like the expression, it's his baby crying, right? It's him kind of not liking that moment and his issue to deal with, so you stay back on him. Keep your contact, don't give him away, don't compromise. No negotiating terms at this stage of the ride. Yeah, good. Sit back on your butt. And just walk. Right. You didn't ask for that, right? Yeah. Just quick like that, right? Mix that up too, like sometimes even instead of the, I mean, it ran okay, it's the first one you anticipated like that, but you can also come up and go up like the quarter line or just make a little serpentine between the two quarter lines even, so that it's not the same movement, you know, that he already gets his mind wrapped around as a big deal, if it starts that way, or if it starts to become that. It's good and you soften, yeah. It's always say that when they do that. It's like when you're sitting the best like that, when you get them working in that spot, they're working the hardest. So in that spot, if you relax into it and let your guard down, they're instantly going to drop out from underneath you. Not in the long run, but in the short term. Because it's like he's happy to kind of do it the other way, left for his own devices. But the minute you start to kind of say, nope, it has to be in this environment with this kind of work, and it ups the work ante, and he kind of goes, wait a minute, I didn't bargain for that. Right, good. Sit. Think slow. It just stays anchored behind. Nice. It's better. Sit. Yeah, stay sitting. Good, good. That's the one that becomes self-correcting. You stay in that spot. Yeah, okay, the stumble, you can't do anything about it. A little more march. Circle, nice. And you just keep letting let all of the frustration he gets, right? Where he gets too croup high bouncy in the canter for a moment, or whatever it is. Let him just run through his frustration. That's what I said earlier, it's his baby crying. Don't change the contact, don't change the way you're sitting, no changes. You just have to deal with this. You have to just sit here. Work with it, and if you're going to kind of overreact to it, it's fine. I'm not going to get involved in your overreaction. I'm just going to still be here for when you're done with your overreaction, still working you. And that's good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Being too, just as he goes into that long and look steady. More important than how far he stretches, yeah? The gentle kind of elastic pull in the rein and the steadiness to the actual stretch itself. Far more important than how far it stretches out. Good. Yeah, that it doesn't, and they don't go all the way down and then just pop right back up again. That whatever stretch they get, however much, is consistent, so it has a consistent pull on the muscle. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. It's like once they really get consistent in the stretching idea, they stretch all the way down. It's not an issue. But sometimes if they're inconsistent, they kind of dip down and come up.